Alright, big strong, so let's get back into it. Be overhead pressing day. Uh, been a couple days since I uploaded. I've been working out, just hadn't had time to compile the footage and put the voiceover on the upload. So, anyway, starting out here with the Smith machine overhead press because my shoulders suck and I can't do strict overhead press with a barbell. Um, just change the angle. Trying to find the best angle here to post it. I don't know. You guys can let me know. One thing too is I did drop the Bull Mastiff program. I'm at the point now I have to admit that just lifting heavy is gonna have to not be my thing. You have to just work out for health. Still put up as much weight as I can, but being progressive, especially in squats and deadlifts and stuff, I just wasn't holding up to it. In any case, that's the news there. I did pick up a new split from Jewett's channel. I'll go over that whenever it comes time. But here, just still overhead pressing. I think this is let's see, 160, I think. I think I have a 10 and a 2.5 on each side. A couple of sets there. Again, this felt good. I'm making the funk face, but it feels good. It doesn't hurt my shoulders. Good groove. Like I said, overhead press. If you got shoulder pain, go down as far as you can, and that's it. So here on the dumbbell bench here, I wanted to talk about something. So here I start out with 50 pounds. I'm decently warmed up from the overhead press. And these 50s were feeling pretty good. Shoulder was feeling pretty good. And knocked out this first, kind of call it warm up set at 50 pounds. Then I go to 60. You can see here, change the angle. Watch my right arm, how it has a different angle than my left. And in my right shoulder was a shoulder that was hurt. And this just did not feel good. The 60 pounds did not feel good. You can see where my right arm is tracking differently than my left arm. And I was just hoping it would kind of loosen up and work through it, but it just didn't feel good that whole set. So I immediately went down to 40 pounds here. So I dropped all the way back down below my warm-up weight. And after I saw the video, I watched the video in the gym and I could see my arm was tracking different. So I tried to make sure I was flaring that right elbow out a little bit. And this did put it right on where it was kind of achy in my shoulder. It wasn't really pain per se, it was just kind of achy. And so you can see I'm not sinking the weight in super deep, and I'm trying to stretch that shoulder out and get some. It almost felt like I was breaking up maybe old scar tissue. I don't know, something. So I dropped, but like I said, dropped down really light, listened to my body, really focused on the form, tried to clean it up to where I was pushing on the same angle on both sides. Reviewed it after each set to make sure I was, and by the end of the sets here at 40 pounds, that my right shoulder started feeling better. And you can see how I'm kind of letting that elbow float out in air. I'm not letting it track towards my body. And so, point being there, you have to listen to your body when you're working out. If you start feeling pain, especially with an old injury, stop. Again, I dropped 20 pounds here, went from 60 to 40, finished out the sets, and so I just went from whatever I was doing, 8 to 10 reps. I think I took the 40s up to 20 reps. And I might even drop that too as the workout went on. But in any case, yeah, you got to listen to your body. It'll let you know what's good and what isn't. Like I said, it's nice to film. It's something that I'm doing for social media. But, every once in a while you might just film a workout and look at how your symmetry is on your lifts. I noticed on my lat raises the other day that my right arm has a tendency to go higher than my left arm on the lat raises. So different stuff like that, just filming yourself every once in a while can help. Alright, so here goes wide grip tricep pushdown. I've already done some warm-up sets, so I'm just trying to film the working sets. Felt pretty good, that wide grip, just hitting a different angle. A lot of times you'll see me using that V handle for like a narrow grip pushdown. I'm letting it trail up. We got a little bit of elbow travel there, so might be working in a little bit of lat there, pulling the elbow down. That's okay. I'm not trying to be super strict about it. But again, just working the weight up. I think I ended up going for a full stack. It's been a while since I did a full stack here, which a full stack here isn't all that much. I think it's like 115, maybe 120. I think I hit it for 6 or 7, then dropped the weight and hit another 6 or 7 just to get some volume out of it. But again, it was nice to hit that wide grip just as a change up. Trying to keep the body rigid, keep everything in line. Like I said, I got a little bit of elbow travel, but other than that, trying to keep everything rigid in line. So here goes a full stack. Really keeping everything tight, focusing on the triceps. And this felt heavy. A lot of times before I was injured, this didn't feel too heavy. I'd do it for sets of 10 to 12, but this felt heavy this day. Oops. I was trying to lower the weight and I didn't. So again, you probably already know, wide grip, narrow grip, and then inverted grip will hit the different parts of that tricep head. I forget which part the wide grip hits. I'll have to look it up. So some face pulls, trying to hit the rear delts. A lot of times I'll do these face pulls from the floor, so these are a little bit more at, I want to say the cable's all the way up, so it's a slight downward pull, very slight. I would like this gym only has like 2 movable benches, and I don't see anybody moving the benches over to the cable machine, so I don't know if they would throw a fit if I did it or not. But it'd be nice to have like a chest supported row for this, so I could sit down on the machine and it would make that downward pull angle a little bit steeper. I guess I could get down on my knees too, but then you don't have a chest support, so I just like having that chest support. So, but anyways, these felt good. Kept bumping the weight up little by little, just to see where it felt. See where it felt good. And that's the workout, short and sweet on this one. Y'all stay strong, and we'll see you next time. Oh no, I'm lying. That's not the workout. I'm going to leave that in too, because that's funny. So, what do we go? Oh, that's right. I went to hammer curls after this. So we go from the face pulls to same cable. We just drop it down to the bottom and start doing some hammer strength curls. I guess I could talk a little bit about the new split I'm doing. Like I said, it's from Jewett's channel, and basically he calls it his, it's an arm split, but basically it's a 4-day split. He calls it 2 torso days and 2 limb days. And I like it because, honestly, probably like a lot of people, I hate just pure leg days. I know legs are important, squats are important, all that, I'm not saying it's not. But there's sometimes I'll make an excuse and skip a day because it's just leg day. I'm like, oh, then you got to make it up tomorrow. And so with this split, though, on the torso days, it's basically a push-pull between back and chest. So like today, I just started it today, and I did, bench, incline flies, and then I did a vertical pull, a horizontal pull, and another vertical pull. So for the vertical pull, I did, what did I do? I did a hammer strength lat pull. And then for the other vertical pull, I did a 1-arm lat pull. So I've really been beating up my lats. I had to go light today because my lats were beat up from a couple of days ago. And then for the horizontal pull, I did another hammer strength plate loaded machine. And then it ended with delts and what else? Anyway, so that's a torso day. It's basically like that. The second torso day hits the overhead press along with some back work. But then the limb days, you're hitting arms and legs. So basically on all 4 workouts, you get some arm work if you're trying to beef up your arms. But you're not skipping legs. They are incorporated into the workout. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm going to try that out for the next 12 weeks and see how it works. Because like I said, the bull mastiff was just beating me up. It is a good program. I ran this program before I was injured, and it's perfectly fine. It works. It works. But the way I'm beat up, just pure lifting heavy and really trying to grind it out, my body's not holding up to it. So at least with the other workout, I can kind of mitigate by increasing reps, lightening the weight, or whatever. For example, today on bench, instead of going up to 245, well, that's the workout. Instead of going up to 245, I just stayed at 225 and went from 6 reps to 8 reps, just to watch the shoulder. But anyways, that's the workout. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Any questions, leave a comment below. We'll see you next time. Stay strong.